Whew. That's tough. That's 341. That's tough.
Whenever I first read this quote, I thought it was pretty stupid, because how can you stop competing as a distance runner? But then I looked a little bit further into it and realized he was talking about competing for the right reasons. Ryan Hall realized that he shouldn't be competing in a way to prove that he's better than anyone else, but instead should use competition as a tool to figure out what his own limitations were. Hall began to realize that if he gave everything he had, then it didn't matter if he won or not. And I think in the same way, we have to fight for something that's bigger than how we individually compare to somebody else. Something we're having to work on as a team right now is fighting for a bigger vision. If we can figure out where we're trying to go, then with that comes long-term team success, which is so much bigger and greater than individual glory could ever be.
1, 2, 3, Jackass!
Workout today. We're doing 35 seconds on, 35 seconds off. And over the last 2 weeks, I've been battling a cold, and I'm still kind of battling it. Still got a cough, got it in my chest. But I did 10 miles easy yesterday, and that felt all right. A little bit irritated, but nothing too bad. So today we're doing 35 seconds on, 35 seconds off for 1 mile repeats. So these repeats, they're gonna be done around, the average pace is gonna end up being around 5 minutes a mile. 35 seconds on is at about a mile. It's at around mile pace, somewhere between 3K and mile pace, and then 35 seconds off is just recovery jog. And yeah, this is one of our staple workouts. This is something that we use to get fit. We used to focus on gear changes and everything. So that's what we're really focusing on today. And we just did a 2.5 mile warm up. So we're about to go out here to the field, do some more drills and stuff. The guys are already started, but figure out how to update the vlog. And yeah, we got Christian behind the camera today. He's a legend for showing up. Literally showed up at like 5:45 this morning to come film this thing. He's a beast.
35 seconds on. Get after it. Here we go. Get after it. Here we go.
So I made it 10 minutes in, had to call it. Just lungs and chest and everything. I'm just coughing everything up right now. Not feeling the greatest, so just not ready yet. And I should take a couple more days of rest. Figured I'd test it out today, see where I was, but just not the case today. I woke up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m. just coughing. And then at 4 a.m. I couldn't go back to sleep, so we had practice at 5:30, so I just stayed up, made some coffee, woke up, and yeah, we'll have to see just what we're feeling like in a few days. I want to be able to race next weekend, but if I'm still coughing up stuff and can't breathe by the middle of next week, then that's not a good sign.
I struggled throughout that entire workout to find any sort of rhythm, and whenever you can't find rhythm in a workout, it really just feels like you're working against yourself. And I was working against myself, and I also didn't want to hurt myself. I didn't want to dig myself into a hole that was deeper than the one I was already in. Kind of had to pull back off and just say, hey, like this is all I'm going to get today. 10 minutes is what it is. This was a good assessment. Let's move on to the next workout. Let's recover, let's rest, and figure out what the next course of action is. So that's kind of what this workout was. It was just a test. It was to see where am I right now after being sick for the last 2.5 weeks with whatever the heck I had. Some sort of upper respiratory, probably COVID, something along those lines. It was pretty rough, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes, and you just have to roll with the punches.
5:38 in the morning, and I'm on the way to the track. I'm supposed to be there at 5:45, so it's about a 5-minute drive. Should make it in time, but 24 300s this morning. We'll be all right. But how many of those? 2, 4, 6, 8 of those at mile pace, and that means 16 at 5K pace. It's gonna be dense. It's gonna be a tough one.
Share your secrets with me. Come along with me. Join the ride with me and feel the air that I breathe. 'Cause the spirits are so high, can't let this die. It's not what people say, it's more what they may do. 'Cause words are often wrong, actions can be unknown. So take a silent seat as happiness you may breathe.
That's tough. That's 341.
Boys are coming.
That's tough.
So walking away from this workout, we definitely hit it a little bit harder than we were intending to. Instead of running 5K pace and mile pace, we were doing more like, we're doing close to 3K pace, like 3,000 meter pace and mile pace. This workout ended up being hard, but very manageable for me. But then I still was unclear as to how I was gonna recover after the workout, so I didn't know how my body was gonna be able to respond just coming off this sickness. I mean, this was the first workout that I was really able to do in a few weeks, like 3 weeks, the first one that I was really able to complete in a long time. And so I'm like, I don't know how my body's gonna respond to this super hard stimulus right as I'm coming back into training. And so this was Tuesday, and we had the race coming up on Saturday. So then on that Wednesday, we went out and we did a little bit of a medium run. We ended up averaging in the low 6s for around 12 miles that following Wednesday. That workout wasn't too bad. I was definitely feeling the fatigue from the day before, but it kind of made sense. I mean, we were running fast, we were using fast muscle fibers, and so I felt like going into the weekend, having that Thursday and Friday to recover, and then to race on that Saturday, I felt like I would be set. I was still kind of unsure how my body was going to respond in the recovery phase of training, but figured we'd give it a go.
On the way to campus right now. We have our first 8K this weekend. First real cross-country race for me this season. I've been sick the last couple weeks, so that's kind of been I didn't get to race our home opener, which is a 5K, so we're jumping straight into an 8K. Yeah, it's hot in Mississippi still. Right now it's like noon and it's 87 degrees. Had a little bit of a shakeout run this morning, did about 3.5 miles. I just kind of jogged over to campus, got my jersey, and then jogged back. And so something super simple, but I got a little blood flow in the legs. Haven't had any coffee this morning, kind of tired. Could definitely use some caffeine, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna get on the bus and sleep for like the 3-hour drive.
And everybody's gotta run, and ain't nobody gonna hold you, and everybody needs someone.
D1M Sport plus the flight. So this is gonna be what I take before the race tomorrow. I'm gonna take like 1 scoop of this and then like a 1/4 scoop of this pretty much. So it's just to get a little bit of caffeine, and this is to get like electrolytes and carbohydrates. So should be a good combo. Yeah.
Alright, so we made it to the course. 6:40 in the morning right now, give or take. And we'll probably start warming up here in about 20 or 30 minutes. Guys' race goes off at 8 a.m. So we have about an hour and 20 minutes until the guys' race.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright, we're gonna go, there we go, sit. We just did a 2.5 mile warm up. Feeling pretty good. Definitely nice and warm. Humid out here, so we're gonna let it rip today. And Cole's gonna be behind the camera. He's gonna film some of this race. Yeah.
Not more than me.
1, 2, 3, Chacos!
Boys, y'all do this together. Y'all do this, boys. Yes, Cooper. Good job, Gabe. Good job, Gabe.
So that definitely didn't go according to plan. Didn't feel very smooth out there. Just tried to find a rhythm, but just couldn't find it. And then just couldn't get my legs under me, man. That was the big thing. So I was hoping to be able to like run something decent today. I mean, I felt like I was able to string together a couple good workouts in practice this week, but maybe I'm just not all the way over this cold or whatever I have right now. I could feel it in my lungs and chest a little bit whenever I was running, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. But then just did not come together. Couldn't string it together today, and I think it just goes like that sometimes. It's kind of like a little bit of a checkup. Just like, okay, that's where you are. Let's see if we can figure something out from here. So figure out how to move forward in the next race. But dude, just could not get my legs under me. Hoping to be able to do something big maybe the next couple weeks. But for now, dude, just gotta rest, recover, and get back to it. Get back in the swing of things.
So after this race, I had to kind of take a step back and figure out what I could do for my team, what I could do to show up a little bit better. It definitely didn't go according to plan, and I think I didn't have a vision whenever I went into this race. I didn't have an idea of what I was trying to run and what I was trying to achieve and who I was fighting for and why I was fighting, why I was even out there. You have to have something that motivates you to get to whatever your end vision is, and you can have all the fitness in the world, but if you don't have that motivating factor underlying what you're trying to do, then you're not going to make it very far. And that's something I'm having to learn right now as like a leader on the team, as someone who's stepping into this position of like, I should know what I'm doing because I've been here for 5 years. It's like, that's something I need to be instilling in the younger guys. That's something I need to be teaching them, how what we're looking towards is a long-term goal. Like, how do we get to that long-term goal, and how do we wake up every day and go out and we do these workouts together and we fight for something that's bigger than just us. In a lot of ways, it's not really simple. It's something that has to be well thought out. It's something that we have to establish what those goals are. We have to reinforce them over and over again in practice, and we have to fight for something that's just bigger than us. At the time you're seeing this video, it's been like 2 weeks since I've raced. I had a little bit of a flare up in my tibia, had to take some time off. I've been cross training and stuff, and to have this mentality coming off this race of like, oh yeah, we need to work harder, we need to put in more work, we need to figure out how to function as a team, how to dig deeper, how to go further to the well, so that way we know we can handle challenging situations, than to be thrown in this situation where I'm like, but I can't push any further because if I do, I'm gonna break my shin. That is a tough crossroads for me to be at right now. I want to show up as much as I can for my team, but at the same time, it's not always the easiest to do whenever I can't push myself to the furthest extent. And so it's kind of disheartening. It's kind of a tough position to be in. I'm planning on going to the doctor in a couple days. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to say, because it feels like it's the exact same injury that I had last season, and it feels like it's just kind of flaring up again, and I think it's just biomechanical inefficiencies, which kind of sucks. But at some point, it's like, this is my last year of cross country. This is my last year of collegiate track and field, indoor and outdoor, and I just want to show up the best that I can and be there for my team in the best way that I can. And in the end, it's just kind of a challenging thing, because I want to show up for my team. I want to be there for those guys. I want to be there for the people who are looking up to me. But then if I can't show up in the way that I want to show up, it's the same thing as last season. It's like, yeah, like I just have to show up and cross train and swim and do other things that are going to keep my fitness up. At the end of the day, it just sometimes doesn't go the way that you want it to go, and you have to figure out how you can show up in a different way. And that's the crossroads that I'm stuck at right now. I want to show the guys what it's like to make it to nationals. I want to show them what it's like to be a top tier national caliber athlete. But whenever I can't show up the way that I want to show up, it's like, here's what it looks like to do it in an alternative way. And I'm still figuring out that alternative way. And I know we have a lot of talent. I know we have a lot of guys that can do some really great things. And I think it's up to the leaders in the team to really cast that vision and to figure out what we want to get out of the season. Like, where do we want to go? What do we want to achieve? All right, so that's kind of it. I'm going to be making some more videos pretty often coming up on the channel. Hoping to make one every few days, and it's going to be kind of exciting, kind of a new direction that I want to go in with YouTube, and it's something I haven't done in a very long time, so it's going to be really cool. I wanted to get this video out, and then I'm going to start working on kind of a new series, and so I hope you guys are tuning into that. Thank you for tuning into this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.